the Korean car market is basically the small car market, but for the foreign cars bought in Korea, they are mostly the luxury cars. So I'm not quite sure, how the American car makers can actually have their luxury brand that could be very appealing to the Korean consumers. Anyhow, even if there's a restrictive market access in Korea right now, the American car makers are not doing very well compared to other German or the Japanese car makers. So my question is that other than the market access issues, maybe there could be something else that the American car makers can actually ask for. Because if the market access issue can be resolved to a certain degree, it could be affecting all those foreign cars proportionately, not just for the American cars. So probably it might take some certain efforts by the car makers to penetrate into the foreign market, like you mentioned the creative marketing or something by Hyundai. So what kind of the efforts can be made by the American car makers to penetrate into the Korean car market in addition to instead of the just market access issues?
Okay.
You can put Kim Yoon-na in the car.
I would go back to the small car issue. You're right. The luxury market is probably has the most chance of being penetrable by foreign car makers, and in that regard, GM and Chrysler have the last few years worth of horrible public relations to deal with and to overcome. I would return to the small car as the critical aspect for the U.S. Or for the North American car industry. I simply do not see a good reason why GM, Ford, Chrysler are not capable of making a good, high-value, small car for the value market that would appeal to Asian car buyers. And I think that if I were in charge, that's where I would be putting my efforts. And there certainly is a new emphasis on small cars and on hybrids and electric vehicles in the U.S. car industry, but I would just double those efforts and really push towards that end.
Thank you.
And I would put Kim Yoon-na in the ads.
Great. Well, this is easier than I thought. We appear to have no further questions, I guess. Well, before we conclude today's meeting, I would like to remind you that copies of The New Korea, the book that Myung and Sam co-authored, are available by the front entrance for $25 a copy. Also, Sam and Myung will be available for the book signing, and should you have some questions after we conclude the meeting, they will also be available to discuss a little bit more with our distinguished participants. That being said, I would like to thank all of you for joining us today, and I would like to thank Sam and Myung once again for a very interesting, informative, and entertaining presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.